How's it going, everybody? This is the Nitty Gritty. My name is Chad. With me, as usual, is Leonard, and we are going to be giving you What's That Card, which is a segment that we have affectionately borrowed from Mr. Jim Cornette and Brian.
Last.
I always think his last name is something else. Yes, Brian Last. So ours are a little bit different. We don't have the programs beside us in physical form. We are looking them up online, and ours are probably a little bit easier than the ones Jim Cornette has, but we still find it fun. So
Yeah, and they usually try to identify like the town or the territory. We're not doing. We're doing the year and the promotion.
right,
Typically, is what we're looking at.
right. And this time I have the programs for Leonard, and Leonard, I actually have a fourth bonus one for you, but we'll
Okay,
we'll get there. So
I'm anticipating hard because we have talked about maybe this kind of stop doing it because we've kind of gone through all the main promotions at least once.
yeah.
So I am scared for tonight.
So well, we'll start off with one that I think you'll be able to figure out.
All right, this is the easy one. We usually go easy, medium, hard. So
Yes, and this one I won't say what the titles are, but this first match is
sure.
for a tag title.
Mhm.
Well, actually, it's a tag title tournament quarterfinal.
Okay.
So Heath Miller and Steve Lewington against the Thoroughbreds of Johnny Curtis and Kevin Kiley.
Okay.
The next match, Hade Vanson and against Chet Douglas. Another tournament tag match, Brad Allen and Nick Nemeth against Kafu and Sheamus. Next match, the Giant Titan with Ralph Mosca against Greg Jackson. Another tag title match, the Puerto Rican Nightmares, Eddie Colon and Eric Perez with Miss Angela against Gabe Tuft and Ryklon.
I love the Puerto Rican's Nightmares is a great tag name. I love it.
The next match, Mighty Mikey against Sin Bodhi.
Okay.
The next match, tag match, Maurice and Natty Neidhart against Taryn Terrell and Victoria Crawford.
Okay.
The next match, Kofi Kingston against Christopher Gray. Tag tournament semifinal, Puerto Rican Nightmares against Brad Allen and Nick Nemeth.
Mm-hmm.
Singles match, Alpha Jr. against Billy Kidman. A title match, Jake Hager against TJ Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
And the tag tournament final, the Puerto Rican Nightmares against Heath Miller and Steve Lewington.
Okay. I am stuck between either this is an early NXT card or possibly what was their southern promotion out of Florida? Was that Florida Championship Wrestling that they used? I know they used Deep South Wrestling too at one point. I'm gonna go with. Well, yeah, I think this predates NXT. I'm gonna go with, but Seth Rollins isn't there. I was looking for Tyler Black. I was looking for the Seth Rollins name. That would have told me it was Florida. See, this is harder than I thought it was going to be. Since you said I should probably get it, I'll stick with it being an early NXT card. So that would make it what? 07, 08. I'm probably thinking too early. I'm going to go 08.
You are correct. It is Florida Championship Wrestling, February 23rd, 2008.
Okay, well, Florida Championship Wrestling, but I did mention that, but then I said it was
Well,
NXT.
Florida Championship Wrestling technically is early NXT. So
yeah, okay. Well, then see, there you go. I guess I'm technically correct.
all right. That was a good one. All right, our next card, first match, Dennis Stamp against Larry Lane.
Okay.
Next match, Ricky Romero against Alex Perez. Next match, Merced Solis against Radamius.
Okay.
Tag title match, the Funk Brothers, Dory Funk and Terry Funk against the Von Erichs of David and Kevin.
Okay.
Another tag title match, Blackjack Mulligan and Ted DiBiase against Mr. Pogo and Mr. Sato with Skandor Akbar.
Okay.
And the main event, a title match, James J. Dillon against Dick Murdoch.
Oh, Jesus. Dylan's working. Okay, I don't think this is world class, or the Von Erichs would be working on top. I don't think it's the Funk's promotion out of Amarillo, or they'd be on top. I know that the Von Erichs spent some time in Florida. Would you give me 2 Florida promotions back to back? You might. Al Perez would have been. It wouldn't. Maybe Joe Blanchard's Southwest Championship Wrestling. What? It was Dylan. Dylan versus Dick Murdoch is the title match.
Yep.
God, that would put it. Which one, Eric's was it? It was Kevin and Kerry, Kevin and David.
Kevin and David.
Kevin and David. So early 80s. I'm gonna say it. This is. I don't think it's world class. I think you're trying to trick me, but I'm gonna go. I don't know. Did they work for Joe Blanchard? I'm gonna say this is Joe Blanchard's Southwest Championship Wrestling, and I'm gonna put the year at 81.
All right. The date, January 18th, 1979.
Okay, a couple years early.
This is the Amarillo territory, Western State Sports, NWA Western States.
So it was the Funk's territory out of Amarillo.
It is the Funk's territory, yes.
Okay, I see. I would assume that the Funks would have put themselves on top.
I wasn't. I mean, I was looking for a card that, I didn't mind having them in the card, but I was like, it'd be great if they weren't the main event because that just gives it right off the bat.
I would have automatically went to them if they were where they were on top. I went with 81 because I did not think that David had debuted as early as 79. So
yeah,
and that may be the influence of the Iron Claw kind of smashing everything together.
Yeah, James J. Dillon, the international heavyweight champion.
No, Dillon was wrestling, I think, regularly up until about 83-ish before he started managing. So, I knew it was in that ballpark. So,
all right. I'm excited about this one. This next
all right.
one. So the first match, Bob Marcus against Ricky Harris.
Okay.
The next match, Iron Mike Sharp against Joe Marcus.
Okay.
Tag match, Gene Kaniski and the Executioner against Nick DiCarlo and Salvatore Bellomo.
Okay.
A title match, Private Jim Nelson against Keith Larson. Another title match, Johnny Weaver against Leo Burke. Another title match, Rocky Johnson against the Magnificent Morocco.
Okay.
Singles match, Roddy Piper against Terry Funk. And the main event, another title match, Angelo Mosca against Bob Orton Jr.
There are a lot of WWF names in there, but I don't think you would give me a WWF card as a hard card. So I know a lot of those names. Also worked down in Georgia for a little bit. And I would say early 80s. So it's before these guys got to WWF. I'm going to go with Georgia Championship Wrestling from 1980.
All right. The date is May 15th, 1983,
Too late.
Maple Leaf Wrestling.
I almost said Canada. I almost went with Canada because WWF had, a partnership with I believe
The
it was
Tunnies.
with the
Frank
Tonys.
Tunney.
Yeah, and then of course they eventually bought out Calgary, and they also eventually bought out Loot International, which is what Dino Bravo had.
Right.
And I originally was thinking Canada, and then I got off of Canada because like Piper and those names had me going because Piper worked in Georgia, and I was thinking, oh, those guys might have floated around Georgia. So yes, I'm very disappointed that I didn't go to Canada. I'm disappointed in myself.
As I read it, I was like, oh wow, there's a lot of WWF names here. And I was like, obviously the connection is there with the Tunnies and WWF. I was trying to make it more obscure than it was, but oh well, it was a good one. So
yeah, that was a good one. I was like I said, I wish I would have stuck with Canada. But as soon as I heard Piper, my brain went to early '80s Georgia. As soon as I heard Piper.
all right, well, this next one, Leonard, is very hard.
Okay, it's the bonus. Maybe I can pull one out of my hat.
Okay, first match. I'm gonna butcher this gentleman's name.
Yeah.
Stephen Petit Pas
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
against Goldie Rogers. This next match, Emile Dupree against the Red Shadow. A tag title match, Bobby Bass and the Cuban Assassin against Hubert Gallant and Leo Burke.
Okay.
In the main event for a title, David Schultz against Rocky Stone.
Oh, David Schultz. I'm gonna say late 70s. I'm gonna say give it to me one more time. Give me the last three matches again.
Emile Dupree against the Red Shadow.
Okay.
Bobby Bass and the Cuban Assassin against Hubert Gallant and Leo Burke.
Okay.
And the main event, David Schultz against Rocky Stone for a title.
Okay. Continental Championship Wrestling in 1979.
You're close on the date. It is June 28th, 1980.
Okay.
Atlantic Grand Prix Wrestling, Nova Scotia, Canada.
I was thinking Canada again because of Burke and a few of the other names. I didn't go to Canada again.
Run by Emile Dupree.
Okay. Dupree, another name because Rene Dupree, I knew he had family. That had me thinking Canada. But when you said Schultz, I was thinking, oh, he was working in the South in the late 70s. See, I'm queuing in on one name only, and that's what's screwing me. I'm not looking at the complete card. There's one name that I'm focusing on, and it mixes me up. I don't think I would have got it, but if I would have thought Dupree's, I would have known it was somewhere in Canada. If I would have focused on a few of the other names, I would have known it was Canada. So yeah, this is the worst I've done. I did not do very well tonight, but I knew it was going to be hard.
These were harder, and yeah. I mean, you got stumped on some of them, but that's all right. You were using a lot of analysis to try and come up with an answer. And
yes, I was pretty good on the years. I was a couple years off on most of the years, but I wasn't crazy on the years. But yeah, I'm really kicking myself on Maple Leaf Wrestling. I should have known that one. That one, I'm sure a good friend of the show, Ronnie, is going to give me crap for not knowing that one.
Well, after this, like there really are very few North American promotions left that we haven't done, aside from some of the ones in Mexico. But like anything anybody chooses from Mexico, it's going to give it away.
Yeah, I may not know the exact promotion, but I could guess, AAA or something like that.
Yeah.
I was half expecting a World Wrestling Council out of Puerto Rico.
See, I was looking at, if you look at some of the maps on Google, they do like show the promotions that are in the UK and, Puerto Rico. And like, I thought about using one from the UK and I was like, that's too obscure. I was like, Like, you would never have a chance at that. No, hardly anybody would have a chance at that except for
Yeah.
like
And
somebody like
again, same
Cornette.
thing with Japan. I would know Japanese names and I could guess, oh,
Right.
Japan, New Japan,
Right.
something like that, type
Like
of
I
thing.
might
Yeah.
for a Japanese card in the future, I could see myself going for a newer Japanese card as like an easy one. Like
Yeah.
packed with
Something with
names that you recognize.
yeah, something with a mix of Japanese names and American names. Um, I think yeah, that would be good. I also I don't want to say because I was actually before he came on the air, I was looking at a few, but it was newer. I was looking at some newer promotions. I'm not going to say what ones. So, but I should have went older. I should have refreshed myself on some of the older promotions. So, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's the way it is. I think I'm still batting well, but
Oh,
I'm disappointed in
absolutely.
myself. I'm disappointed in myself this evening.
That's all right. We had fun doing it. Let us know what you thought of the cards that I picked, and if you were playing along at home, how you did. Check out our other videos: segment surgery, stupid questions, random match reviews, our full length episodes, and we are also available wherever you listen to podcasts. Hit the like button and subscribe to our content. Every little bit helps us grow. Thank you very much for tuning in. For Leonard, my name is Chad, and we will see you next time.